When did you start learning?
I started 2 months ago.
What was your major point that you started speaking? What do you think?
When I go my children's school, that time I need PTM and that time I need this language because their teacher speak in English, right?
If anyone is saying that I can't speak English but I can understand, then start speaking as you are doing. So you are also a real example that you don't know English properly. You are making mistakes. You are thinking. You are getting stuck. Although you are trying. Yeah, reading, writing, speaking, listening. These are so important with this. So if you are doing everything, I would suggest you to also read book as you told me you read. Okay. All right. So let's start with introduction so that I will know more about you. Right. So please
Yeah.
introduce yourself so that audience will also know about you.
So my name is Anita. I am from Rajasthan and I'm a housewife. And nowadays I am learning this language and I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to my English speaking skills. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I I read book and improving my English skills. And I do other activities also like listen podcasts and read books and something I read I listen stories and conversation video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's this type of activity for I improving my English skill.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Start speaking every day with everyone, whoever is available for you. Okay. It's very important to speak now. I think, do you know grammar? Basic things that is required.
I know more, but I little know.
Mhm. You need to work on your little bit grammar also. I can say that the, you know, sentence frame is little bit incorrect. Yeah. So
So
is this your initial stage? Are you a beginner?
I am beginner.
Okay. When did you start learning?
I started 2 months ago.
Okay. You started 2 months ago and now you have been speaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, sure, why not? So my name is Sweta and I come from Jalpaiguri, West Bengal. I have completed my graduation and now I'm doing masters. And also I started a YouTube channel for the improving English and teaching and sharing my experience. That's all about me. If I talk about my hobbies, I love to sing. Yeah, and I love to travel.
When did you complete your graduation?
I have completed 2023.
And when did you start your speaking English?
Okay. It's been so long ago. Like I have been speaking English more than 2 years. Yeah. That's why I started teaching also. I'm still learning. I'm learner of English, but I feel that I can help beginners, so I started helping. And yes, I teach offline, online both. And I also have conversation with beginners and also so many co-learners, those who speak English and those who practice with them.
How long have you been teaching English on YouTube?
On YouTube, it's been just 3, 4, 5 months that I have started teaching. Yeah. So, okay, let me ask you a question. That now you are speaking. What do you think about your speaking? How did you speak English? Like, what is the main point, or what was that thing that you started speaking? What was your major point that you started speaking? What do you think?
Because ma'am, when I go my children's school, that time I need
Okay.
PTM and I need that time I need this language because their teacher speak in English, right?
Mm. Mm, exactly.
Whenever I go like a bank and
Mm.
I meet someone just like Whenever I filled some, I go bank, so I filled some form, so I need this language. So that's why I learn it, and I am passionate about this language.
Okay, but you are speaking. So what do you think? What is the activity you did for the speaking? Now you are able to speak. Think about lots of people are there who can't speak. They are struggling for the speaking, right? They really want to speak. They can think, even they can understand English. They watch video, or if they listen anything in English, then they can understand. But when it comes to speak, they can't even speak single. Like, I'm not saying that you are speaking well, but at least you are speaking. You are trying. So, what do you want to tell complete beginners, is to like people, those who are completely beginner? What can you tell them? Like how you are started speaking this much. Now you are speaking. What do you think? You can share this thing.
Right? I am how am I started my journey? Right?
How you are making sentences for the speaking. As you are speaking, I know you are stucking. You are thinking to make sentences or frame sentences. But this much also, how are you doing? What What is the thing that you did?
When I do my household chores, so I think I that time I speak. I am making food. I am doing this work. I am doing this work like this.
So you speak, you try to speak at least. This is you
Yeah,
want to. For
yeah,
the speaking, you need to speak. At least you need to start speaking. Whatever you know is
yeah,
isn't is not like that we don't know anything in English, but we know. So with this only we can start. Now you have started speaking. I know that even you know that you don't know proper English, but at
yeah,
least you are speaking. This is the main point people should understand. If anyone is saying that I can't speak English but I can understand, then start speaking as you are doing. So you are also real example that you don't know English properly. You are making mistakes. You are thinking. You are getting stuck. Although you are trying, and you have connected with YouTuber or even on video call. This is very difficult for the people, right? So main
yeah.
thing is, this much confident we need for the connecting with people. And if you don't know or just start speaking. If you start speaking gradually, you will learn. This is main important point that I got from you as you started. Same thing even I did. But people don't understand that we need to speak. Only listening, watching, thinking, these are easy for the understanding even. And for the watching video, it's easy. But when it comes to speaking, as you are speaking English, it's quite difficult. And that is you are doing. And if you will do continue, then you will improve more. So it is the main point that is speaking every day. Of course, if you are speaking initially, you will not able to speak that much like I'm speaking. I
Right.
have been for more than 2 years. So you can't even people say me that ma'am, I want to speak like you. So here is needed that is time, hard work, how much you are doing, how much you are practicing. Practice is the main important thing. So people can understand with this video that only just start speaking is the main point that you can improve your English. And the more you will speak, the better you will become. Now you are speaking, you started speaking. Suppose if you stopped now, do you
Yeah.
think so you will improve? You will not improve. So that's why you are trying to speak every day. That's why you are connecting with people so that
I
you will upgrade your
I
level.
try to speak every day.
Mhm.
My children, I think every day in speak in English.
Mhm.
I try to speak someone outside every day.
Yes, yes. And even you told me that you practice on your own also, right? While cooking, while doing work, you start speaking. Whatever you know, you try to make sentences, right? This is
Yeah.
you do, which I have realized. Okay, that's what we need. Self practicing is also important. That's how you are doing. And even we also did same thing. I was practicing self a lot. Whatever I was doing, whatever like anything. Like if I was going outside also, on the way I was thinking English because my passion was English. So main thing
Yeah,
is
I
you have.
know it about this language. That's why I am learning.
Yes, exactly. So if you have passion or if you will practice with passion, with dedicatedly, you will definitely improve. This is the main answer, but of course, we don't understand. When we start the speaking or when we learn, that time we realize that no, the main important thing is the speaking, doing action, practically start doing that. So, yeah, reading, writing, speaking, listening, these are so important with this. So, if you are doing everything, I would suggest you to also read book as you told me you read books. We
I
continue
read
with. Mm-hmm.
a book every
Mm-hmm.
day. Yeah,
Okay.
some story books.
Mm-hmm. So, reading book is also important. Do you write? Have you
Yeah.
ever?
First, I write a story and I read that story.
Mm, yeah. And which type of video do you watch?
Sometimes I watch a conversation video and podcast and story.
Mm, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you understand properly podcast completely, if you can use, then only watch. Okay. If you are thinking according to you, I'm talking about now in this initially like you are speaking. So if you feel that no podcast is important, I'm not saying that podcast is not important, but if you are not understanding, okay, so choose some another podcast. If you can't use that podcast sentences, then don't watch. You can watch for the making habit of listening, but for the learning and for the consuming sentences and words, everything, you can go with easy, like cartoon videos and some conversation videos are also very easy to understand because it's.
Nowadays, I'm listening conversation video like
Mhm.
you and other. So I think I improve my listening skills a lot. So
Okay.
that's why I'm trying. I speak
Okay.
not more, but I try to speak in English.
Mhm. Okay.
Sometimes I do not speak. I'm one sentence. I am able to speak English.
Mhm.
Nowadays, I am listening conversation video. So
Mhm.
I
That
think
it is. That's
yeah
why.
yeah
Yeah, because you are consuming, that's why. First, we need to consume, of course, if we don't know about English, vocabulary, sentences, words, then it's difficult to start speaking. So, both things we can do listening, watching, and speaking. At the same time, we need to start. But when you are able to speak, now you are able to speak. So, what you can do, speak as much as you can on your own also whenever you are free or whenever you are thinking in English, just start speaking while doing work also. You can do that. In this time, you need to just think that no, whenever I'm free or whenever I'm working, even I need to speak English. If you can't speak English, try to think in English. In our mind, how much we think, we can't even imagine. So it's very important to think in English also. If you will build your thinking,
I
you will
I
definitely.
I can understand a story easily,
Mhm.
but when I speak,
Mhm.
so that time I must stuck.
Okay.
Yeah,
When you try to speak what you have understood.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah, because you don't able to speak because you are just started speaking. Everything, whatever you have understood in a sentences, we can't express that. And even if you can think, then although you can't speak, because thinking is also kind of easy for us. We feel that when we start thinking, I can speak because I can think that is
yeah,
story, what happened in English or whatever you are thinking in English. You, we can feel that I think we are thinking in English. I think now if I speak, then I can. But when it comes to speaking, we can't.
yeah.
But also try to speak. You need to speak. Yeah. And if you also can take any help from tutor, then we can join with tutor also. Classes are also important. Those who are advanced or senior from you, of course, they will guide you, right? So you can do with this activity also. All right. So this much for today. We have completed 20 minutes. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for connecting. Have a nice day.